Imisemo wapagiri obuingi okuchinja olusago kumonebo busaka mama kuzituwala basiyani chagwa katuse.
Lelo bwacha bakamba mukyalo kyeswi kya Zambia kyaweka enjoy. Abantu bafa bakamba kule mumfumbwe. More than 20 people balebe pati ni babiri. Bagamba. Fish to arufyanye. People have died. Mumino yabakapokola. The police killing people. Why? In the same government bagamba. Abductions have happened. Bagamba. If you're not with them, it's either you're dead or you're in prison. This government, you're going to get big man. Fish to Arfianya Pakubika office. Fish to Arfianya. Why me? Missing. Achani Rubamwa Ichoan Dizona. Where is why me? Agent, tell us with your government, where is why me? Give us why me. Justice for why me, big man. Wachila mo ejeji wala tupwisha bega kutupwisha bagamba Natwale kya kulanda big man. Youth maana watata Sabia tuwasevana bagamba Waneza tuwapweni Mujala chesu Iti ya Zambia Tuamona mwepwa Tuamona mwepwa Nama abductions bagamba Muteko tualeta Madulete lama Amazala mush No yukateka Kola ipompa tuneka No yukateka Apa nomba bane Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakuvota bane Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika fuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wenyu daya kwa fwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Aikona man Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Idaya kwa fwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Nakuyati kwenyu Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Mayona batata Mayona batata Bayuthi Jentwisuli amenso Jentwisuli amenso Batu sendela nomba batu ipaila na hope Yesu Endika chagwa lungu watu mbela tinani kwa tila plan B Nomba tu wadishiba plan B haba mmino ya kualesa Bantu banga wala fa mcharo chesu cha Zambia Nibanga bantu wala abducted mcharo chesu cha Zambia Bambire kuliteje banda Nibanga bantu wala ba prison Abena chitotela chilangwa Wote wa prison netunguru shina shimbi na shimbi Muli one government ya kwa HH Abantu na bafa mweleza Aikata nomba baikata na kulietika chakwa lungu watukwatile plan B Apa kubo vya vyo mufulo big man Mufulo pa mufulo Vilabine matzendela etika chakwa lungu Apa nomba bane Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakuvota bane Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wakufuatika fuatika Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Wenyu daya kwa fwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Aikona man Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Idaya kwa fwe Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo Nakuyati kwenyu Mufulo pa mufulo Mufulo pa mufulo HH does not mean well for Mother Zambia. Zambia to Asebana, this is not the Mother Zambia that we were left with by our ancestors, our forefathers who fought so hard to liberate us. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Nalumino Mundia, Mama Julia Chikamoneka, Simon Mwansaka Pwepwe, they fought so hard to put this country on the map, to put this country where it is today. No man would destroy this country because we believe in unity. One Zambia, one nation, and we shall together we will change, and we are going to change this government.
My name is Blaze Zambia.
Good day and welcome to today's broadcast. Today is a review of the broadcast of events of the week. We are trying something new and I've got a good surprise for you. I've got, very strong social media influencers. The women have been doing very well with the interactions on Facebook, on TikTok, YouTube, and I thought we should try something. I thought that we should see how we can incorporate them when we do something like this. Today we are reviewing three major issues. The matter in the South African High Court, the Gauteng division, where the High Court ruled in favor of the Attorney General to repatriate the remains of the late president, but the family objected to that judgment and they've appealed against that judgment. There were two processes. The process number one was to go to the same court, the same three panel of judges. Sorry, just a minute. From the same judges file what we call leave to appeal. This is permission to appeal from the same court. And they immediately went to the Constitutional Court. In the Constitutional Court, they are saying the judgment is wrong, that it should be set aside in totality, and that the judge was talking about the Zambian law that doesn't apply in South Africa, and that the judgment was misdirected. That's item number one. Then we have miscellaneous events that occurred in the week. For example, the president, his conduct on Saturday at a 17th memorial for the late president, Zambia's third president, Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, and it was jointly held for even the former First Lady because Mama Maureen Mwanawasa was buried on the day that the late president died, 19th, I think August. So there was a joint service that was held. First of all, a government supports the 1st, 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, 25th anniversaries like that. This was the 17th. So it immediately attracted attention for us at Follow Protocol. What is the president doing at this? Because government is not supposed to be present, but there was a full presence of both cabinet office and government. Remember, the regulation says the 1st, 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th. This was the 17th. But it was also the first memorial for the former First Ladies. Again, in our law, we have not provided for the First Ladies or the former First Ladies. There is no such office as the former or the First Lady. There is no such office in our country. And these are matters that gives us an opportunity to review. Do we need to reform our laws? What happens when our First Ladies, former First Ladies or First Ladies die if they are not provided for in the law? So government or the president will use discretion. Then there are other matters that the ladies that I've invited would like to participate in. Let me bring in Queen Phumie first. She introduces herself. You probably know her, but she's never been on this platform. Queen Phumie, good evening and welcome to today's broadcast. And tell us briefly about yourself.
Good evening, Honorable Mwamba. Thanks for hosting me. My name is Phumulos Tumbeko, also known as Queen Phumie. I am a human rights advocate turned into a politician. I am a founder and owner of New Era Democratic Party. Thank you.
Is Lillian Mutambo. You've heard her. She's a YouTuber. She has a huge following on YouTube of over 700, and that's 250,000 on YouTube. That's very big. It's easier to draw such numbers on Facebook, but on YouTube it's quite difficult. But Lillian, welcome to the broadcast, and please just tell us briefly about yourself.
My name is Lillian Mutambo. I'm a qualified social worker, and I also studied human rights law, gender conflict and human rights at the University of Ulster. I graduated last year, December. I have been on social media since 2019, particularly because of my course. When I initially enrolled for my master's, I had to study a module with regards to advocacy through films. So I had to learn how to, create content. I wasn't really planning to be on social media, but as you may see, we have the numbers on TikTok, on YouTube, and Facebook. And I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Ladies, I've invited you. We are trying something new, so we might have glitches with the phones, but so far we are doing very well. We are remotely broadcasting. Queen Phumie is in the US, Lily is in the UK, you, the audience, is in Zambia, I'm in the US, but we pray that everything will go well. Let's start with Mama Esther Lungu. The two of you have been very, very supportive. You've been praying for her. You've raised a lobby for her on social media. You've sided with the family on this matter between President Hakainde Hichilema and the government, and on the other side, the former First Lady and her family, the family of the late President Edgar Lungu. Today, I think things were put in abeyance. A lot of people felt distressed last week when the Attorney General won that case, and we saw celebration in the UPND camp that the body was coming to Zambia. And a lot of questions arose. How can a body go back to Zambia without the family? How do you bury this body without the owners of the body? How do you dress it? How do you put them to rest? There were all those issues. But lucky enough, the lawyers were quick. They put in an appeal, and they even hired another lawyer. And today what we have is a matter is lying, what you would call in abeyance, sine die, adjourned indefinitely, because the matters in the Constitutional Court have to be determined. What drove your motive to support the former First Lady and the family? Let's start with Lily.
Thank you so much. Personally, I was never aware of the issues that were going on with the UPND government and the family of Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. So what drove me to trying to speak about these issues was when I realized that Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu was denied access to medical. He was denied twice, and he was even removed off the plane. And this was the first time I was hearing this. And then also with regards to the cyber laws that the UPND government has brought in. And this got me thinking. I am a woman. I'm a big advocate for conflict and human rights. And I wouldn't want to see another woman struggle with regards to burying her husband. And with just the UPND, the way they've behaved themselves with regards to disrespecting Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the family and trying to intimidate people on social media. This really motivated me to look at this matter. And when I started pondering more and also connecting with Queen Phumie and on TikTok, on Facebook, there is more information that was coming out. And many people were saying, speak for us. We cannot speak in Zambia presently because of cyber laws. And that got me worried. And with the way the UPND have never been remorseful, and I've never seen that kind of humility from them towards ECL's family. I remember when I first spoke about the whole case, people were saying, have you been paid by the Patriotic Front? I've never even spoken to any of them. It's just human nature should enable me to think about the welfare of a widow, the family. Was the UPND government fair in this case? Or were they trying to intimidate this family based on the fact that they are in government? To be honest, UPND has not tried at all. They have actually abused their power. And when I look at how they have abused their power, it's very painful and touching to feel to a full up or jacket of, being in office and just being a person who understands the feelings of other people. So that's what actually led me to want to speak about these issues. And a lot of things have been unveiled. It's like a can of worms. I didn't even know that there was even a poker Sunday that was fired because ECL was allowed to travel to South Africa. And to see UPND celebrate, last week, is it the other week, that the body was going to be brought into Zambia, and how they were disrespecting ECL. To me, I just thought there's no way we could leave the family here. And we thank God there's good news and we're celebrating with the family. Thank you so much.
Queen Phumie, you've been very forceful both on Facebook and TikTok, and you've also, on this matter, stood with the family and against what government was doing. What was your decision? Why did you, take that very strong stance?
Thank you. So, for me, I have been following the Zambian politics from 2020 and looking at President Hakainde Hichilema talking about the respect of fundamental human rights. That's one of the reasons I pulled my weight to campaign for UPND. Fast forward, UPND comes into power. Bit by bit, we see the violation of human rights against the word of the president. And I was among the first people to start condemning them, because I'm like, this is what we did not vote them to do all this. I started out as a human rights advocate, like I said. So I started following Mrs. Lungu closely and seeing her being dragged in and out of court. I was advocating for her through every time she went to court. I spoke against this abuse of a former first lady. And fast forward to 2 months ago, we lost ECL. I am a woman, I am a mother, and I have not experienced losing a spouse, but I have close friends and family who have lost their loved ones. I have lost both my parents, so I have felt the pain of losing your father. I have lost a lot of relatives in Zambia due to the HIV and AIDS pandemic. We all know that. If you're not affected, you are infected. So we know pain. All Zambians, we know the pain of losing someone you love. So to sit there and see this story of the abuse of the widow mushroom into a national circus, it pains my heart. It's emotional for all of us. The Bible in Exodus 22 to 24 talks about those abusing a widow. How did we get here where an entire government can throw government machinery to abuse a widow? In whatever name or whatever context, it is wrong. I am a human rights advocate, and according to the human rights, it is a violation of the widow's right to bury her husband. To even doubt what these two, who had been together, Edgar Lungu and Esther Lungu, were married for almost 40 years. How can someone doubt what Edgar Lungu, when he was in life, His Excellency, told his wife. How can we doubt that? We are all married. If we are not married, we have families. We are, like I have my children. I have told my children what to do with my body when I die. I have told my husband what to do with my body when I die. So how can an entire government doubt this? They have created an international embarrassment for all of us Zambians. They have abused our cultures and norms. Zambia is a diverse country. We have over 73 tribes, and every tribe have its own cultures and norms to bury their dead. Here in America, even if something is going on, the police come, you just tell them it's my culture, they leave you alone. They don't interfere with cultures and traditions. And also, so we talked about culture and the traditions and human rights violations of the Lungu family, specifically Madam Esther Lungu's human rights have been violated. And finally, we are a Christian nation. Many verses in the Bible talk about against oppressing a widow. So I am very happy that this case has been postponed indefinitely, like it should have been rightly done so. I said in one of my broadcasts that this case should be thrown out. It is a waste of time, and we don't need here to start discussing all the things that have been happening and all the embarrassing situations that this government has brought to the country. Thank you, Honorable Mwamba.
As I bring in Lily, Imwepa social media mwali nakidila, you are very free. I don't want to be like you at the office. I want you to be free. That's what your audience love you for. If you are more official, if Queen Phumie, if you have more quizza, pan mwaisa padi Emmanuel Mwamba verified. Pama pages ya rumulashana no kushana. So I want you to be free, and I want you to express yourself very, very well. Okay, so. You know, the late president dies on 5th June. On Friday, I think 6th June, the President Hakainde Hichilema, sends Hakainde to South Africa. Hakainde, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Relations, he arrives, he engages the family. The first thing he wants, he says, I've come with a plane, the body has to leave tomorrow latest, which was a Saturday, or Sunday. There began the problem. Their obsession with the body, people couldn't understand it. The family said, no, look, we have been here the last 6 months. No government official has been here. The president has been going through medical review, specialist treatment, and in this case, he has even, we've just lost him. You just can't come from nowhere and demand for the body. Then they refused and they said, look, we have a church service that has been scheduled for Tuesday for us to mourn with the South African community. On Monday, people turn up at the morgue and they want to carry the body. The family would not have known if the hospital authorities didn't call that there are people who want to pick the body. Now, the issue was that President Hakainde Hichilema has declared a period of national mourning of 7 days and the body needs to be in Lusaka. They didn't seem to care about the welfare of the family, the welfare of the late president, even the circumstances under which he died. They were just obsessed with the mechanical issues of taking the body, bringing it to Lusaka, have a funeral, 7 days period, we go back to life. And now that is where the mystery about the body began. And now we have court cases, 2 months later, still battling about the remains of the late president. Let me bring in Lily, how you have reacted to all these.
Thank you so much. First of all, I was very disappointed with President Hakainde Hichilema. In the first instance, he never announced the death of ECL, even though he was aware he decided to continue commissioning buildings. And we just had the cabinet office announcing, and I was asking myself, who is that guy? Because I never knew who he was. And it took him about 7 days for him to come and speak to the Zambian people. And his presidential address was very disrespectful, in my opinion. He was standing on a white wall and, no national flag, and it was cut at the end. There was no empathy, no emotions. And for me, all I saw was somebody who is like, you've been expecting this person to die because that's what you wanted. You wanted this person to die. You deprived him of medical. He left Zambia because of the UN special rapporteur that was in the country, and he was able to leave. And that's Dr. Edgar Chagwa with his wife. And because he has passed away in a foreign country, it's like he had mixed feelings of how he could react. And I don't buy statements from people when they say, no, President Hakainde Hichilema is hurt, so he wants to, first of all, react to the demise. This is the first time we've had a former president or a president pass on, and it has taken the president 7 days to come and speak to the Zambian people. And during this period, all we saw is disrespect from the UPND members on social media. There was just confusion. And even when when he came to speak to the people of Zambia, in that, I don't know how many minutes that address is, he didn't show that he was worried about the negative comments that were made towards Dr. Edgar Chagwa. He's, M23, more than 50 people that I've seen that are always spokespersons. This one would say this, that one would say this. There was Mwali Teta going to Belvedere Lodge. And when he spoke, it's like, there was a competition of authority. They were planning to, threaten people at the secretariat of the PF. And what we saw was leadership from Honorable Given Luminda, who decided to open a national mourning at the secretariat whilst the Zambian government was signed. And people were waiting, and, TV was normal as usual. When it was announced that it was a national mourning, there was now a competition, and people were trying to threaten others. And that was when I realized that even just posting to say ECL is normal, and I was just asking questions, people would just comment, I don't have a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer. I was like, is this how far our country has gotten into, where people are so oppressed? And now we are slowly seeing people speaking. And everything HH does, he's always right. And that's why I always say that, you can't have a content creator like Jito Kayumba as a young man to be your presidential advisor. There are so many people who pass through the offices of, government, like, Brigadier General Mianda, who are mature, that can educate President Hakainde Hichilema how he should run this government. It's been a total failure. And through this funeral, we were expecting to see leadership. I have seen Bamayoba Nalumango casually speaking about, we've lost a leader, and they had a meeting. She was dressed in normal clothes, yellow clothes, I remember. And we've never seen her go to the house of ECL in Chifwema. They had their gathering in Chifwema. They've never even gone to the, Patriotic Front Secretariat. That was ECL's home. And if you are promising the Zambian people that you're going to honor ECL, you start with what made ECL happy. And that's going to the PF Secretariat, meeting people, interacting with them. But it's like President Hakainde Hichilema has taken this enmity with ECL so seriously that he ensured he was deprived of medical, and he has died within 4 years of President Hakainde Hichilema being in office. It is shameful. It's actually very disgusting to see that a leader will keep such a grudge instead of being a unifier. We've seen that President Hakainde Hichilema is an elder in a church, SDA church. What is he doing as an elder And then he has failed to demonstrate, umutima uwa wina Kristo in this matter. He has never responded to the cries of us social media influencers. And we've seen the socialites even, making jokes about this. And when we condemn, nobody responds to what we say. Instead, UPND are all about character assassination. Instead of us addressing the issues, it's all about character assassination. How are we going to paint this person black to the Zambian people? Don't listen to Lillian Mutambo. Don't listen to Queen Phumie. These are failures in the diaspora. But they are forgetting that we have lived in the diaspora for decades. We have seen exemplary leadership from presidents, prime ministers in our country. Like for me in the UK, they're called prime ministers. And when there is a matter which requires a prime minister to act, they consult, they show humility. And in this case, I've always said this, that President Hakainde Hichilema must resign. Because he has failed as a leader. He has failed to unify us as Zambian people. We are divided. If you don't support the Red family, you are an enemy. The Red family can do anything, they are above the law. They can disrespect Edgar Chagwa Lungu, his wife, his children, and nobody will say anything about them. It is unfair how he's running this country.
Yeah, thank you, Lily. Queen Phumie, the hate we have seen on social media from supporters of President Hakainde Hichilema, from his online newspapers, sometimes we've seen even statements that were not befitting of the leaders. The statement, for example, given by the Vice President, W.K. Mtalena Lumango in Parliament, where she referred to the body, Ichiwa, a ghost, she didn't use appropriate words. The Minister of Home Affairs, Honorable Jack Mwimbu, also didn't. It's like they've been leading from the front, from the senior most people to their cadres. It just differs with the level of depravity of their statements, but the statements are all bad. What has been surprising in all this is that the president wants to hold a position of a statesmanship, that is worried about the late president not being buried in Zambia, and that he wants to give him a dignified period of mourning. But he has never stopped these insults against the late president himself and the family, and the polarization that this entire matter has brought. In my view, if the president had provided leadership, who would have, first of all, resolved this matter. Probably by now would have buried the late president in Zambia. And the disunity and right division that we've seen in the country probably would not have emerged. What are your reflections on this?
Thank you, Honorable. So this is very sad, to see the top leadership in UPND feeding the hatred. They are the source. It's like the queen bee. They are laying eggs of hatred. It's starting from their leadership, from the top. Panganda. Nga walikwata ensere n'abaana bo be bakaba nsere efira ekitika. The problem is these UPND leaders, they are leading from a place of hatred. How can they lead from a place of hatred when they have the instruments of power? ECL handed over power peacefully. He respected the constitution of Zambia. This UPND, they have killed Ubuntu. Na bepa Ubuntu Muzambia twale chindi kemfwa na ngufye nomba nga pari chiro pari nemba kuya walosha. But you are starting from these useless cadres, ukuya nomba kuma officials, you are there issuing remarks which are like tantamount to insult and disrespecting the grieving family and all of us who are well-meaning Zambians, who want a better Zambia, who want one Zambia, one nation, who want politics of maturity. But these people, they are practicing AMA politics, they are under 5. Under 5 politics, where you can see a minister of Muchinga province. Is it a minister of Muchinga province? And MP from Mbala. He was in the forefront in a video. Akatumbi Kareisa. This person has not been fired. And yet the president is insisting we want to bury him with honor and integrity. We saw Mr. Kabesha on an interview saying all the things he said, and even saying, if the Edgar Lungu family walk out, we shall bury him. How dare you say that? How dare you think you can even bury someone without their family? It's an insult. It's ridiculous. Only in Zambia, anywhere in the world, an unclaimed body is the one that is buried. Even for them to bury an unclaimed body, they publish a notice in the paper to say there are so many bodies. If you are missing a relative, they give them time to, and people go and identify the bodies, and if not, then the state buries after a notice. Number, a person who was a Republican president and have a widow there, a whole family, a whole nation. We are tired of you by UPND. The funeral itself, the way it was carried on, there were 2 funerals, one at the Secretariat, one at Belvedere. When this funeral started, the UPND were clad in their regalia, mourning, dancing Kuriaku Belvedere. How dare you by UPND? You insult our customs and traditions. Enough is enough. We are tired of you behaving like little kids. This is childish behavior. Chimono buloshi, ambivalenda buloshi, we can call it whatever we want because it's not making sense. You guys are not making sense at all. Kumbe ovedia mwalesha na neftenge mwafa leftenge if you are UPND. Like, what do you want in this country? What do you really want? You were in opposition for 20 years. I thought that maybe you coming into power, you would practice mature politics, not this under 5 politics you are practicing, and you are saying you want to bury him with dignity. Where is the dignity if your people are calling the late ECO Akatumbi? What dignity is there? It's mockery and humiliation. And I said it that the courts in South Africa should throw out this case. You are holding ECL, a prisoner in death. This is what it is. And then you are boasting, oh, ECL is the only president who died with his immunity. Yeah, but look at what you did to the man. The man died because of your evilness. You denied him health care. We shall call it what it is and will not be scared. And all of you, we have seen videos going online. Hey, they are on a wanted list. They will be caught at the airport. Yeah, catch me at the airport. If it's your father's airport, you are going to catch me there. Because when I was campaigning for PF, I flew to Zambia many times. I was not threatened. So how dare UPND, you are intimidating a whole country. Videos, oh, uyomwa iche blaze, nobody nefye to alamwikata. Mwikatirensh. You have people who are insulting ECL in Muchitombi, saying things I can't even repeat here. Nasty things that only a lunatic can say. These people, they are supposed to be locked up behind bars, but they're walking free and sleeping in their beds. We people here, we are just checking, doing our checks and balances and telling you, Zambian, by UPND, to behave like mature politicians. Stop this witch hunting and childish behavior. You are embarrassing us. So how do you feel now that this case has been postponed indefinitely? With ECL still lying in a morgue there. We are celebrating, but it's not good. The reason we are celebrating is that UPND, they have not given you the evil will to do what you wanted. Thank you, Honorable Mwamba.
Lily, before we go
Yes.
to the next subject, your views about this matter.
Yeah, so basically, one thing that UPND don't recognize is the power in the women. As women, when we see a situation like this, listen to our voices. Not people who are eating with you, but people who understand real pain. We are women, but the UPND government does not respect women. They think we are not a factor. And that's why, Ambassador Mwamba, I decided to publicly resign from the UPND as a party member. They resorted to social media, mocking the fact that I wasn't a factor. But they can feel the weight of the things that we keep on speaking about. The issues that happened with the funeral, we talked against the regalia of UPND uniforms and the picture of President Hakainde Hichilema next to ECL in the same room where people are supposed to be signing. And it was taken so casually at Belvedere. And there was mockery about, the food. There is no food at the PF Secretariat. Come and eat at Belvedere Lodge. There's a lot of food. We are not concerned about food. We are concerned about how you are running the country as if we don't matter. And I'm here to warn President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND government. The same way we fought for you to win the elections in 2021 by removing the Patriotic Front, we use social media. I hear people say there's no opposition. We, the women, are the opposition. And once women stand together united to say we don't want you, then we don't want you. And our mother, Madam Mutinta Hichilema, has been a big disappointment. She has never even dared step a foot in South Africa. She has never even dared to go to Chifwema. We haven't seen her active in this matter. But we saw her on Saturday or Sunday, at the memorial of the couple, our former and late president of Zambia, Mwanawasa. And the speech that the president made there shows that we're being governed by jokers. In this time when people are mourning and are thinking of how this leadership can offer comfort even to the family of Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, President Hakainde Hichilema always brags and he feels he's untouchable. I heard him speak recently when he was giving people jobs. He said, there's too many Kwenyus. If I wasn't in this government, I would have wanted to be part of this government. The pride that President Hakainde Hichilema, presents himself shows that this is somebody who will never ask for forgiveness. And this matter of Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, even with his wife, what's going on, he should have asked for forgiveness. But what President Hakainde Hichilema is doing is abusing power, abusing position by putting an injunction on the body of ECL. And one irritating statement I've heard even from the UPND members, even from Madam Nalumango, was that ECL lost when he was alive. Do you want him to lose even in his death? Now that was disrespectful. This UPND government don't mean well for the Zambian people. They have failed to demonstrate that they can listen to the voice of a woman. It doesn't matter if you look at me as somebody who's not important, but I have over 1 million people that listen to what I have to say. When you guys are eating and enjoying yourselves, you don't see the pain of the Zambian people. We do. And therefore, when a woman complains, listen to them. There are so many examples I can cite. Honorable Jack Mwimbu, the statements they just make in parliament, no empathy at all. They even tried to touch on Tarsila Lungu's seat until we condemned it on social media. She's mourning her father, and President HH and his government have taken them to court. She's in South Africa for this. Some MP in UPND was asking if her seat can be nullified. All UPND care about is the number of MP seats that they can get, so that in 2026, they should win the elections, which they are not going to win anyway. Zambian people, I am begging you. I am comfortable in the United Kingdom. I am not suffering. But we cannot continue having a leader that is making you suffer, that has failed to even show remorse. There is letter evidence that shows that ECL was even banned from even visiting certain embassies because President Hakainde Hichilema ordered that they should break that relationship. And that relationship can only be broken if ECL has a criminal offense. President Hakainde Hichilema's government has worked so hard to paint ECL bad. And I've taken upon myself and my team, Queen Phumie and the others from the diaspora, to continue telling people about the legacy of Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. With recent happenings of certain pages that belong to the UPND, trying to tag our president as a drug dealer is even more shocking. President Hakainde Hichilema, for how long will you be painting your fellow Zambian black like you have? Remember that you will never be in that position for life. A time will come. Just like the Bible tells us that there's a season for everything. You brag about immunity. But did you ensure that ECL had access to medical? The reason why he even went into active politics was to protect his family. Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu died for the Zambian people. If he never died, I, Lillian Mutambo, would have never known how wicked and bad-hearted Hakainde Hichilema is. There's no way anybody would stand and say the reason why these things are happening is because of how HH was treated when ECL was in government. We are not here to justify that, because that's what the UPND have been saying. Even Wakabesha said it on the Sunday interview. Do you think ECL was mistreated? You can't compare. He wasn't. Now we thank God for the Constitutional Court, because we'll be able to state all these things. How he was denied medical. How HH was stopping him from jogging. Something that helps with his mental health. Right now, they've just given some rough figures that over 100,000 people have suffered from mental health issues. Do you know what that says? HH is an oppressor. He is oppressing people. They cannot speak on social media. And they have no electricity to operate their businesses. But he's always kwenyu, kwenyu, kwenyu. Why? To him, he is the perfect president. He's not seeing his mistakes. He's just seeing himself as a leader who everyone should admire, like he said. President Hakainde Hichilema, we've had very strong presidents in Africa. The Idi Amins. Where are they today? I hope the UPND that are eating with you today will stand with you when we cross that bridge next year, 2026. I'm telling you this. The people that are smiling and clapping, that you've even given jobs as human rights commissioners, human rights that they don't even speak for widows like Mama Esther, because they're on payroll. They rather write statements of how ECL's family is stubborn. No, they are not stubborn. They are protecting the legacy of Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. And as women, standing for another woman and other fellow women who are, sisters to ECL and cousins and children like Mama Betha, you know that we are the majority in Zambia. In the whole world, women are the majority. And therefore, if you don't listen to the voice of a woman, you are doomed for failure. If I were you, I would have called Lillian Mutambo, Queen Phumie, and chair the voice of Zambia and consult. How do we handle this matter? We would have given you advice for free. Not what Jito Kayumba is giving you. A young man that is enjoying a luxurious life, flying to Dubai every time, and cheating you that the grassroots is with you. No woman in this period of you even taking Mama Esther Lungu to court will stand by you. It can never happen. Ni chani mwakosela papa umubiri waba Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Those are the questions Banamayo very pusha. What's with this desperation? Is he your relative? Why can't you speak to the family? But as usual, UPND have pride. They say bomber and bomber. And they also try to refer to how the Patriotic Front in their reign argued with the family of KK, but they are forgetting that KK was on full benefit. And ECL went back to active politics and his benefits were withdrawn. But Rakabesha said the benefits of ECL were returned to him because he was no longer in active politics, he died. How do you give back the benefits of a former president who has died when he really needed those benefits when he was alive? It is pure mockery. And that is why we, the diasporan women, support that Mama Esther Lungu should choose where she wants to bury her husband. But in future, we will bury ECL in Zambia, but definitely not under the UPND government. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for those strong words, Queen Phumie and Lillian. You can drink some water. I'm going to play a few videos. Then we quickly move to the other subject. And I then invite our people to participate in the debate.
We want to set a precedent. Let them give us reasons why the current president should not go near the casket. And who has told them that he wants to be near the casket anyway? Who has told them that he wants to be near the casket? If they want to say he shouldn't see the body, but who has told them that he wants to see the body? Why these speculations?
Maybe it's because you're arguing that really this must happen. Maybe that's why
it's assumptions. Even the court was asking them, presiding. The court was asking. Their lawyer couldn't explain. Presiding. You yourselves, in your written notes, you were saying Bishop Alec Banda should preside. So why are you now saying the president will preside? You yourselves. So what is presiding? They couldn't explain what presiding is.
He was not just a citizen. He was a head of state. And if somebody says there were issues, yes, there are always issues. But in death, we converge to honor the dead, to bury them decently for the president with all the honors, military honors. After the burial, we talk about anything we're unhappy about.
How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter and you are still mourning to come and attend the funeral and we were to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son
was. And you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing, I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador, a Catholic be remembered in a Jehovah's Witness hall.
Yeah.
In the 10th anniversary, or how do you get
to be dishonored?
How do you get remembered in a SDA church when everyone knows that you're Catholic and so on? And the state insists. The party, friends and all. So I only lamented that why should you be stripping me of these things and then pushing me and saying, no, we want to protect you. No, you see, demeaning of the president to be seen, to be going without this or that. I said, I don't need you. You don't need me. So I was very clear. I've not complained at all. The time that I've complained is when I've been harassed. I said, you've stripped me of everything, but leave my liberty, my dignity, and my rights. That's what I'm saying, even now. You see, 1 minute, I walk the street, somebody says you can't walk the street because you're former president, you are in danger of being attacked and people might attack you and will be blamed as police. That's why we're following you. The next minute I said, but you mean you didn't know that I was former president? When you stripped me of these things, please go and put your house in order. The next minute I want to go to church, somebody goes into church and says,
okay, ladies, I hope you quickly got some water. We can go to the next topic before we open the phone lines. I was saying the event that occurred on Saturday, it was a memorial for the late president. It was a bit irregular because the state has announced that the only sponsor and the president will attend, or cabinet will give it official presence if it is the first anniversary, 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th, 25th, like that. The first one, the next 5 years, and the next 5 years after that. This was the 17th. It wasn't the 20th. It wasn't the 15th. So it was a memorial service for the late president, Zambia's third president, Levi Patrick Mwanawasa. President Hakainde Hichilema attended this ceremony. It was a joint commemoration with the issue of the former First Lady, Mama Maureen Mwanawasa, who died on the day that the late president was put to rest. Or she was put to rest on the day that the late president died. Yeah, I think that's the correct scenario. Now, there are two issues there. There is a SADC meeting going on in Antananarivo in Madagascar. Our president missed it. He sent the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Hakainde, because the president has been saying he's grieving. When he met the U.S. ambassador and when he met some other delegation, he's been very quick to say he's been mourning, he's not been moving. He missed the Kuomboka ceremony, the Mutambo ceremony. He missed the Luindi Gonde ceremony. He has taken very few travels because he says he's mourning his predecessor. But his actions do not show that he's mourning his predecessor. And that has been a matter of worry. And since you are women, what the president said, I think, is a matter that I solicit for your views. While giving his address, while giving his tribute on the difficulties of holding the office and the challenges that those that hold office go through, including their family, he attributed to a matter that continues to be, I think, a point of embarrassment, not only to Chipokota Mwanawasa, but to the nation. There was an earlier allegations last year that, sadly, there was an allegation that Chipo was pregnant by the president. That's how big the allegation was. And the Inspector General of Police came and issued a statement, said there were people cyberbullying Chipo Mwanawasa, who's a policy analyst at State House, and other people were called to defend her. Just when the matter died, the president, you remember that video, I'll look for it, he was speaking and he says, look, they are attacking me, they are so evil, they are so bad. Chipo, are you pregnant? Can you stand up? Show the audience if you are pregnant. And the poor young lady was made to stand and show that she wasn't pregnant. I found that totally disrespectful, whatever the allegation was. The president repeated the matter in the presence of the First Lady and in the presence of the entire nation. Let's just listen to this, then I'll solicit for your views.
This Chipokota here one day came to me weeping in State House because she gets whipped because she's a Mwanawasa on things she doesn't even know. And I said, Chipo, sit here. This is part of your inheritance. You have to accept that. Indeed. And I said, go back to your office and continue working. Surely, to say that Chipo, my daughter, can carry the president's child, myself, is not a matter that we should really be discussing in the public. But it comes with the territory. And I said, go back to your office and continue working. It was very difficult for her. So this is what this public office are. And my wife is a mother to her. I said, what is this? I said, relax. Just relax. Relax. That's your daughter then.
So, Queen Phumie, this was a serious matter. As you can hear, even the First Lady confronted him over this matter. And, he casually says, I told her to relax, relax. But there are also other issues from a professional perspective. State House is a professional institution. It has a hierarchy. The president discloses that the young lady walked up to his office and gave this personal, emotive allegation that she had seen in the media and that she was crying about it. I thought there would be human rights. I mean, there would be the department that deals with things like that. You have the principal private secretary and you have the permanent secretary. There is even, the human department that should deal with this issue. You are a practitioner, I know this. Just give us your perspective about this entire matter. I think that the president continues to embarrass the young lady.
Excuse me. So, first of all, I think it's too much information. I wonder if the president has got the people they liaise with his media team, what to present to the public. I just wonder, how can he say that in public? So I question the integrity of the media team who write the speeches for the president. And then coming to Chipo, as a young woman, she's a highly educated woman. And I think we can call it favoritism, or maybe not born with a silver spoon. Maybe I can say that. She was born with a silver spoon, as she's a daughter to the former president. So she landed actually 2 jobs at one time in this UPND government. So for me, when that happened last year, it went viral and I posted it on my page. I was attacked and insulted, but I merely asked a question. I'm like, okay. So coming to Chipo, it's like, as a woman, I'm talking about myself now. I won't accept anyone to talk to me like that. It's like, why is she taking this bashing? It's humiliation. Actually, Chipo is being humiliated. This is my opinion. I can say it. So I'm just saying, as an educated woman who was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, she can work anywhere. But why does she feel like she has to take this humiliation? That is my question to Chipo. I want her to think about her life and her future. She's young, she's educated, and she can get a job anywhere because she comes from a privileged place. So that's my message to Chipo and to all young women out there. Chipo is not just anyone who's like struggling to survive. She's highly accomplished, highly educated, beautiful young lady, has the credentials. She can walk anywhere and get a job. But the question which I ask is, why is she being accepting to humiliation on Chipo's part? On the president's part, I've talked about the media team. I question them. Chipo, I question her. Now on His Excellency, the President, Hakainde Hichilema, you know, I think as a president, let's have boundaries on what to discuss. And this is just me. I think like this government, this presidency, they are propagandists. They like to sway away the people from the real issues we should be discussing. And this is my bone of contention with them, because every time they talk, when I sit, I think, I'm like, but why is he talking about that? But this is their art, the art of deception. They always talk about things which take us nowhere. Whether he has a child with Chipo or not, it will take us nowhere. It will not reduce the price of meal. It will not reduce the price of fuel. It will not end load shedding. Now, again, fast forward to Saturday, he brings up the same issue himself. When Chipo is suing people who commented on that case, people are in court right now. And when I woke up today, I made a comment. I'm like, okay, how can we develop as a country when we are talking about things which don't affect the welfare of Zambians? Zambia is the sixth poorest country in the whole world. Out of, I think, 156 countries, we are at bottom of the barrel. Our multi-dimensional poverty index is at below 50%, meaning 50% of Zambians, when they wake up, tabaishiwe fyo baladia, tabaishiwe no balafunya clean water. But we have this presidency which is always promoting sensational things, talking about Chipo. Who cares about president? We know that you come from komuzwagu muzikomuzu limali tulibatonga. Utina mula yandanga mo watabi arobaga into 20. Tagunga chetunga tojita. So well, let's just, let's just focus on why we are in government. But president ndamiwo babia ayobagani maganenu kutina mula yandanga mawata Chipo at any other young girls tagubi yangwa ngoamba olugumibuya kamba wuli mali kotuzwa. So we Zambians, let's be careful and make sure that we focus on developing Zambia, because that's what's important. We have to take our people out of poverty. So many people, so many things are going wrong. Like people, for example, they just can't even call and ask a question on this show. It has to be anonymous. Why? Because of all the oppression that is happening. So I just want, in closing on this topic, it's really disappointing to see that the president can't go and travel to attend a meeting for SADC where they're talking about developing countries, but he stays here and goes to a memorial. And then in that memorial, the main topic which went viral is about living people. The viral topic was not about what Mwanawasa did or what Madam Mwanawasa did. No. So what is this Mwebantu? Twaya ku memorial mukulanda papa pabantu just people who are there? Was this memorial about them or about the dead people? I'm confused. And they continue to confuse me every day. And this is what they want. When Zambia chen tuisuke ya menso. Male fokula tuchita confused every day with topics, irrelevant things which won't put food on the Zambian's table, which won't end poverty in Zambia. If every day we wake up, we're talking about drama, I swear, before you know it, 2026 election will be knocking, when we are supposed to be focusing on have you registered as voters? These areas on the northern and eastern blocks, Copper Belt, Lusaka, We need to hit the ground running. Make sure everyone, people, register to vote. Get your NRC, get your voters card. We need to take this government out of power before they drive us all crazy. Thank you, Honorable Mwamba.
This Chipokota here one day came to me weeping in State House because she gets whipped because she's a Mwanawasa on things she doesn't even know. And I said, Chipo, sit here. This is part of your inheritance. You have to accept that. Indeed. And I said, go back to your office and continue working. Surely, to say that Chipo, my daughter, can carry the president's child, myself, is that a matter that we should really be discussing in the public? But it comes with the territory. And I said, go back to your office and continue working. It was very difficult for her. So this is what this public office are. And my wife is a mother to her. I said, what is this? I said, relax. Just relax. Relax.
Ladies, you are back. I played that for you because I noticed that you had quickly taken time. Give your comments, then we can open the phone lines. There are many topics we could have discussed, but I think I picked these two issues, the matter in South Africa and the matter of the president. He has not attended official function. He has not gone internationally. He has missed Mutambo ceremony, Luindi Gonde ceremony. He has cancelled most of the programs because he says he's mourning. And he has not traveled to the SADC meeting that was taking over the weekend, that was taking place in Antananarivo, in Madagascar, because he says he's mourning. But his actions are totally different. The insults from his cadres, insults from his leaders, the hate campaign even on ZMBC. And now he goes to a memorial recognizing two giant personalities in our country. The third president, Levi Patrick Mwanawasa, and the former First Lady Mama Maureen Mwanawasa. If you watch the entire memorial, and I watched it, you had great speeches, especially from people like Sebastian Copeland. The president comes, was waffling, and then he drops this, first of all, in the presence of the First Lady. And I thought that was personally embarrassing. And he confirms it. He says she had even asked about it, and he said, relax. Then Chipo also, according to the president, went and, she went to cry to him. Again, you would think that with a structured State House, Human Resource Department, the head of State House, who's the principal private secretary, PS, that probably that matter should have gone through them than her going directly to the president. The president just made things worse. A matter that had died, and he relieved it. What is your view, Lily, before we go to the other matter and open the phone lines?
Thank you so much, Ambassador Mwamba. For me, personally, when I saw the clip last year a little bit, I didn't pay much attention to it. But I've been a big advocate from the beginning of Chipo Mwanawasa's appointments. I have never accepted her appointments because I saw them as being, too favorable for her. They came on a silver plate. And when I talked about it in the UPND, they said Chipo Mwanawasa was the one who was funding campaign. I said, well, I was going in Kalekiriki compound. I was going in those areas. I've never seen this girl anywhere. And, UPND always have things to defend. They defended this young lady. I said, okay, that's fine. And here we are today. There's a rumor that, it is alleged that she carried the baby of the president. He made her stand up last time. Excuse me. And now, this time, he's just showing himself that he is in love. That's what men do when they're in love with women. That's my comment. My comment is, President Hakainde Hichilema sounds guilty. Did he have to do that in front of his wife? No, that was so embarrassing. And it's like he told his wife, where we are going, I'll make sure I address this. Bearing in mind, when Mama Maureen Mwanawasa died, President Hakainde Hichilema's wife was never there. So what has changed for her to attend this event? Why didn't she attend? Those are the questions we should be asking. And, they always say that there's no smoke, without fire. There's always something. He has made himself so vulnerable because he has no advisors. He has Jito Kayumba, the young ones, who are advising him based on social media. President Hakainde Hichilema needs to understand that not everybody will like him. And that's why I always say this, that I love President Hakainde Hichilema. And that's why I stood by him. But to see him make all these mistakes and to hear the insults raining on us, I always say those people that defend him, they don't love him. It's only us who tell the truth when he's making mistakes that truly love him. We will never lose anything by telling HH the truth. And Chipo Mwanawasa, she was a highlight of the event, a memorial which was supposed to be a reminder of a great leader and her mother. But out of all the speeches, you are right, Ambassador Mwamba. I shared the full video on my YouTube channel. And I was really impressed with the speeches. But President doesn't practice what he preaches. He was waffling, as you have said. And even as he was reading, I don't think he really paid attention to it. He just wanted to get it out there. And it's not about maybe he does that so that people can talk about it. No, it's because he has no advisors. That's the reason why he is running the country by himself. How does Chipo Mwanawasa become so privileged to have the president as your counselor, advisor, comforter, and the mediator of pain, when there should be other departments? Of all the people, she went straight to the president's office, probably zoomed in. We were not there. We're not part of State House. But president is giving us a picture of what happens in State House. We didn't ask for it. So we're asking questions. President Hakainde Hichilema, how special is Chipo that she has to jump all these departments and come straight to you? And the rumor about Chipo never started from anywhere apart from State House. State House leaked that rumor that there was an alleged relationship, and it was alleged that Chipo went away for holiday abroad, and people believe she went to deliver a baby. And all those allegations, it's like he's trying to justify that it never happened. But all I know is there's nothing hidden under the sun. Just one day we will know if it was true, because this time you have government machinery. And this is the first time I'm hearing it right now, as Queen Phumie was speaking, that Chipo has even sued people. She's even gone to sue people. It's shocking. I'm surprised. I'm just shocked that she's suing people over this.
The comments are already in. Someone has said Chipo should have gone to the first lady. She shouldn't even have gone to the president. Now, the phone lines are open, ladies, and let's hear what the Zambians have to say. Both those that can say their names or those from the anonymous and from the AI lands and islands. I have the first comments from Dr. Fred Membe. And Dr. Fred Membe, Socialist Party President. Sir, I'm grateful that you've been a big follower of this show, but you are also a participant. Your show with Dr. Msumali drew huge crowds when you came to give the vision of the Socialist Party. But now you've been contributing. Ladies, this is what Dr. Membe has said. Comrades Lillian and Phumie, when a people has women who fight and men who can fight, that people is invincible. Comrades Lillian and Phumie, your courage, your clarity, and your forthrightness are inspiring. It gives us courage to struggle without respite. And if we struggle, we will win. We are very proud of the work you are doing. We are very proud of the great work you are doing to reach our people back home here. Fred Membe, President of the Socialist Party. That's the first one. The callers are in. Colleagues, you can make your calls. I have two powerful women here, Queen Phumie. Okay, now the phones is ringing. Hello, please caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
Good evening. Oh my God.
Oh, I think she has gone. The child is screaming in the background. She'll probably come back. Hello, good evening. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. My name is Mrs. Unknown from the AI Kingdom, as you have rightly stated.
Yes,
my two women, Lillian Mutambo and Queen Phumie, you are so amazing. I love you, ladies. I'm so glad in the way you've articulated issues. I stand with you. And I'm going to speak on the two issues that you have spoken about. I'll try to be quick and not waste so much time. For me, I'll start with the issue of our former president who passed on, Edgar Chagalungu, and the type of mockery that people wanted to bring on him to say they're going to bury him with dignity. You've rightly put it, Bakabesha said it, we'll bury him without the family, which is uncalled for, and Zambian, and tradition, if I can put it that way. That was wrong. I'll also emphasize the last time Honorable JJ Banda had a live stream, he mentioned one key aspect. I'm sure they've also not paid attention to that. He said they've not gone to tell the chiefs in Eastern Province, and that's why we are having these issues, because even when the chieftainess Undi was asked a question when he went for Ukusefia Bangwena, he said he doesn't know there's a funeral. He also advised the government on how to go about it. They've never listened. And he even said these court issues will go on like this as long as they don't do that. Maybe they need to listen again to the Mrs. Z Unknown from the AI Kingdom to say, pay attention to what people are telling you, and maybe you're going to move forward and win this case. Secondly, I'm actually disappointed with the president, with the way he comes up with the issue of Chipo Mwanawasa. He is actually the one who's bringing this matter in the public. If you listen to the statement that you aired, Ambassador Mwamba, he said, we cannot be talking about this in public. That was a major thing I picked from that statement. But who is speaking about this in public? You, Mr. President. You are the one who's talking about it in public. You are the one who has brought it. You are the one who embarrassed her when you asked her, Chipo, stand up, show the people, are you pregnant? Hello, Mr. President. You are actually doing mental health for this girl. You are killing her. She's a woman. We stood for Chipo when you did that. And we are not going to stand and watch you. Madam Mutinta, this young lady was the president there to show you, to say, I'll show you, like Lily has said, I'll show you, to say, hey, I'll talk about it. It was not necessary, Mr. President, to speak about this issue. You had a number of important issues that the late president, late Patrick Mwanawasa, the legacy that he left, the way he fought corruption compared to the way you are fighting corruption. That's one thing you could have spoken about, Mr. President, not speaking about Chipo Mwanawasa and the pregnancy. It's so embarrassing as a woman. And I stand with the women, the two women who are on that platform. I love you, women. Go Ada.
Thank you.
For
Thank
the
you.
order of ECL, Takwe, like chair. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. You are live? I think this is our caller from Johannesburg. Hello, caller. Okay. Ladies, let me just sort out the issue of the phone for you.
We want to set a precedent. Let them give us reasons why the current president should not go near the casket. And who has told them that he wants to be near the casket anyway? Who has told them that he wants to be near the casket? If they want to say he shouldn't see the body, but who has told them that he wants to see the body? Why these speculations?
Maybe it's because...
Hello, please caller, tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, I'm calling you from the land of AI. I'm unknown.
Thank you. Make your contributions.
I want to say a very big good evening to President Queen Phumie and also to my lovely sister, Iron Lady, Lillian there. I love their voices, the fact that they can stand up at this time and age where women, it's not common nowadays to speak in Zambia. So we have to appreciate these people. And I just have something to say concerning or pertaining to President Hakainde Hichilema. I think for me, he struggles with being with being humble. He doesn't know how to be humble. Wherever he goes, he wants to steal the limelight. Yesterday's ceremony was not about him. He just needed to speak about Mwanawasa and everything Mwanawasa and Maureen Mwanawasa. He didn't have to make it about him. It was not about him or about Chipo or about the presidency. No. He might be president, but wherever he's invited to go somewhere, he goes there as as a figure there, but he has to let the ceremony run for its purpose that it's called for, and not because of him. He needs to understand boundaries, one. Then two, how can a president not be attending all the ceremonies that we are having in our nation? It's unheard of. Do you know that in Zambezi there is Miza ceremony? He has not gone there, and those people, the Lubales and the Lundas, they are fighting to the extent that some Lundas have even been killed. But I think it's the authorities there. He has not even bothered to go there or to send representation there. So we can't have this just because of a funeral. Those people, they closed his office, that President Edgar Lungu. And he cut off the mourning period. He did it himself. Nobody did it. He said he has cut off. So if he's mourning, the Zambian people are just with the family. Whenever the family deems it, they will bury and we move forward. Let him continue to run the nation. People are hungry. We need load shedding to end. And we need him to deliver what he promised. He has failed and he's hiding under the funeral, hiding under mourning. No. You said you're an economist. Can you bring your 10-point plan and start enforcing it so that we may have results? Stop playing victim. Those things for cheap and whatever, those things are just child's play. We don't need that from State House. That is like a massance, what we call it. So no, we don't want that from a leader. Musevanya, we don't want to hear that. Then secondly, I would like to, Queen Phumie, apparently I learned that she's Lozi, so I'm happy. She's my cousin. So I want her to speak to the Lost people in her language to make sure that this time they must remove that president. We are not going into relationships from long ago. No, we mean business when it comes to our nation, and we have to fight together as one Zambia, one nation. So Mwamba.
Thank you very much. Because let me just take a few calls. I'm trying to see if I can get a cover of you ladies so that you can listen properly and write. But just you have to give me a moment. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Oh, do I need to wear my headset? Oh, I see where the problem is. The phone is connected to the system. That is just a minute. Give me a minute. There's a matter we should have discussed.
I'll do for you. Manya ni bandani wamene bakutuma. Bosi ya chunika bosi na papata. Na chunika. Ni bandani wamene bakutuma, ndiye bamene tifunsa. Ni bandani wamene bakutuma, sukamba. Uti onongera time watipeleka pansi papanja pafamu watibweza. What's your problem? Problem yako ni chani.
Mangsuno mwamanga mufuti boss. Mangsuno mwamanga futi.
Ati
boss ya kosa
ati so ni bandani wamene makutuma. Ati benzo kamba bandani mumotoka.
Apologize callers. I apologize. My phone was connected in Bluetooth, so you couldn't. Please make your contributions quickly.
Okay, sure. Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba. Good evening, the Queen. Good evening, Mutambo, Lillian. Ambassador, first kinarambira kofe paliri ya video yabakateka abengita bayikonka sana. Firabalera ndokwe bachao kujua allow somebody. Who kill your sister or whatever. Gatwarolesha sana before ba ICL. Balera nda pali basata. Bali shibe wachapi pali basata. So ba ICL bali luisha sana kuko bati legacy abasata ifwa. So nga mwakonka sana bali ne akuruisha legacy abasata ifwa para pene na ine mtiaingira. That's why for balera ndira how could you allow someone who killed but randa pali ba ICL yali kwa meaning. Then after that narara ndo kuri ba magazi kunze babiri mukunga nyeko mulebo mbaba jinga mwa konka sana baba ntofe baleteka ifintu baleteka ya museru songa burefu konka sana
that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted for him, but you're also feeling the pain, I hope you do your best to see it never happens again. Those who voted for change must have now realized that the president they voted for has kept this country paralyzed. If you voted...
Sorry, ladies, callers where they couldn't hear. I think the audio was somehow off. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Thank you, Anonymous. Good evening, Mama Phumie and Lillian Mutambo, my beloved ones.
Yeah, make your contribution.
I'm so glad. I'm so very glad, Ambassador. I'm happy today looking what has happened in this country, Zambia. Ndile mtu mmoja mu Zambia ni machuka pale Hakainde Hichilema panyumba pa kunafika kwa mwara na mendo wanapukanya tumantemba donse moloti mulingiroti. If you ask anyone in Zambia, the person who cares for this country, Zambia, will tell you that you are not pranya. He doesn't care. So, Mama Phumie, Lillian Mutambo, we love you because you are advocate. You are the people that you have taken up for the voice of Mama Nawakwi. Siwanafe, we love you and we are proud of you. Nadia Maswapi says that I'm okay. Although I'm suffering in Zambia, but I know with you, we are okay. We are enjoying, we are proud of you. Antoni kale balikale sami palo abapere namba wana mayo bachinka muzambia utaba kaitemwa barada bachinka muzambia one day balikala bakateka and be proud of this country and bakesa abantu bose tukasangala mu Zambia iseo eko aba tafire kale balika.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, he says his Tuntemba was broken. The caller from Canada, the people couldn't hear you. If you can call back and call, make your contributions. I know you uploaded Lily and Queen Phumie, but I think the people didn't get you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Mwamba. My name is Uncle Jay.
Yes, Uncle Jay.
First of all, I just want to applaud those two great daughters of Zambia, dignified and blessed women that Zambia has indeed produced at a time. Quickly, I want to recommend them because indeed they are the voice that are speaking. I want to thank them for standing up with for Mama Esther, that humble family. Thirdly, I want to comment quickly on the things that have actually taken place in our country recently. The memorial, just like everyone else has said, that memorial was not about the president of Zambia today. It was about the legacy of Manawasa. But as usual, because of pride, because it is me, the whole show was stolen and diverted to things that do not even make sense. I do not even want to talk about them. Now, this is what I want to say. If this government has ears, let them hands off the ECL family. That family has grace to bring the entire government of UPND down without even fighting. They are like a frog that is being pursued by a snake. And when a snake bites that frog, which is poisonous, the snake dies. If they have ears, let them hear what people are saying. Let them hand off that family completely before they are completely consumed.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, callers, make your contribution. Be brief. There are so many people trying to reach our ladies. Just be brief. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, Ambassador, good evening, and good evening to our panelists.
Good evening.
Of course. Good evening. My name is Isaac, and I'm calling you from United Kingdom.
Okay, Isaac, speak a bit louder.
Yes, I'm calling you from United Kingdom. Hope you can hear me now.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. Well, I have a question to our mothers there, and my question is, I would love them to, of course, look into it by responding. How did we, as a people of Zambia, arrive to this situation that is currently happening in our country, considering, of course, the death of our former president? And how could we have best addressed this situation as a people and a nation at large? Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you. Yeah, let's take a few calls before I invite you to speak, because the phone is buzzing. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
Thank you. Ambassador, if I can contribute one thing. Our president wa inantota. Mwaona problem inachitika ya South Africa ya president wana mwalira. Wakangi wa kumvera na utu wa mverane bwino na family balete bodeja. At end of the day mwana vachitika. Vintu vasokonezeka, bode sina bwere. Why problem wa president balinantota? Nangu mwawaza uti economy siri bwino. Iso mane tisebenza economy siri bwino. Tivutika bantu. Tisebenza. Sukuti sitina punzire nsipopunzira. But vintu zivienda bwino muno Mzambia. Why ntota za president? Vantu vambiri vavutika muno Mzambia. Mama president uti vakambe. That's the reason why vintu zivienda bwino Mzambia. Then mukaona kuti vantu votithandizako. Madam Lili sinezo mkonka maningi pakati hapa. Manje nankhala interested kuli abantu. Madam Lili, Madam Phumie. Vathandiza because vintu vamene vichitika muno Mzambia sivili bwino. Ma contract wa governor. Honest. Is a man of not a word that will give results. But chamene wafuna kuti voice vamene wakamba ni boss. Voice ni boss. Pale tizakhala bwanji. So that's the reason kuti 2026 muntu yafunika achokepo because vantu taziwa kuti ni waboza. Pamene nabwerera post out of that's why vanakamba kuti out of all the 240 promises amene anauza vantu. Pali vachitika. Makuti sontako load shedding ili all over. Load shedding iliko. Dola siri bwino, economy yaonongeka. Vintu siviri bwino. But muntu akankhala akakamba kuti economy ili bwino, economy. Maye olangana vichani ndana akuza kuti economy ili bwino because economy siri bwino. Vintu sivienda bwino. Chio ni yodura. Vintu pamene anavipezesa pamene vili. But sinizwa pamene amaona kapena iva maona bwanji president watu amene. Zikomo kwambira Mwamba, zikomo.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So many queues on the line. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hi, good evening, Ambassador. Thank you very much. I've been trying for a while, but I'm grateful.
We apologize.
I'm very ashamed to say that I belong to the Anonymous Club. It is a terrible situation that we are facing in our country that we can't speak. Nonetheless, I need to just appreciate the ladies you have there as a guest. Been really, really articulate in the way they are addressing the issues that are facing our country, and we're grateful for that. And I just need to make mention of this, and I won't be very specific about what's going on in our country. What I will just say is that the Internet of Things makes yourself, Ambassador Mwamba, and our ladies there a very important constituency for our country. We have a very good penetration of internet at the moment, and smartphones are everywhere right now. People are listening to you. People can't speak, but people are really engaged in what is happening to our country. What our current president is doing is completely unacceptable on all fronts. And we are grateful that we can have a conversation about them, as embarrassing as they are from South Africa, the African continent, SADC. It is just a total embarrassment. So let's continue engaging. We are very grateful, and I just wanted to offer my solidarity to yourself as Ambassador Mwamba and to the ladies that are on your platform. We are incredibly grateful. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Ambassador Mwamba, it's Chilufia from the UK.
Yes, Chilufia. Thank you very much. Make your contribution.
Yeah, it probably would be a bit long-winded, but I hope you give me time. Can I start by saying thank you to Lily? I know Lily is my young sis. I don't know whether Phumie is older than me or not, but whatever the case, thank you.
Chilufia, just speak louder or put your phone more closer to your mouth, whatever it is you are using. But we can hear you, but just be louder. Yeah.
I was saying, I just want to say thank you to these two beautiful, gallant African women. I think I've written you messages, Ambassador, asking for Phumie's number. Phumie, can you? Lily, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can.
No. Can Phumie hear me?
Yes, she can.
Right, Phumie. Please ask Mwamba to give you my number. I've been following, I've been listening to you. I was watching you today. I watched you yesterday. I would want to only say thank you. I am ready to join you in this fight. Trust me, we can't afford another 5 years with this regime. Definitely no way. And I have said it, Lily, I hope you are listening. I have said it to my family members. Any family member who doesn't go to register to vote, sorry, I'm not giving you any help. But Mwamba, please, I hope Lily is listening. Can you please pass on my number to her? Thank you.
I'll pass your number both to Lillian and Queenie. Thank you very much. I've got another caller. Mr. Chilufia is saying he has told all his relatives that if you don't register as a voter from UK, he will not give them any help. What a patriotic decision. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
Good evening, Lillian and President Phumie.
Thank you. They can hear you.
I am calling from Kaputa. Never anonymous
Mkwai.
Kaputa. Nde lomba kusokula ndokutila ti. Ushe idini amashui yafika apo yafika kuchidie ku South Africa. Ifi fimbe tulemona shobalelangisha ama audio messages, ama text by internet, ama WhatsApp messages. Aya kulondole fintu mwe fia utoto wesu fwebe na Afrika uloshi chalo chonse. Filie fintu ulupwa lwaba mayo ba Esther na bonsa balikubya n'abeshiba. Tule mfowaleti lana bapela mafuta ya kusuba ya mkawoto lwati amafuta ya nkalamo. Nga basuba bakabesha muri lotelo ba lolesha pamensi abamayo ba Esther. Kwenda mchipingo mwali befe tutungulu okusuba anointing oil kusamba omulopa kwa Yesu mchichetekera mchitela fumu Yesu Kristo. Ngakuti kwa bako bamubali funda kwa bantu besifye kubebako. Bantu uwabingoko wateminina. Ba President HH bali basopa mwisa okuchidira omwika bako bayasha bendi bali kene. Nomba bena bali bingoko watabeminina. Icho bapampa minapo bakateka abanishi bapampa mina. Na fiefu bapampa minapo efingi filuwa. Mpaka nombe milandi kuchidie yafika uko yafika. Na tuikala fie. Chile kose la kofi. Elo chile kose la tule mone fia mkubumuntu se fia bulushi. tulefa okususha but ngachinga bapamya ni chenshi ati mumbo okulya ni chipali kwa shintirire mwamuletiri mbichi bashin chobakosele pofema akafi awe nafilango fyafulisha nga kulika bale pepa bebe ni kabiri shibukeni bonse akupepere ni kuba mayo ba Esther na ba Tasila na ba mayo beni ba Betha na bonse abana babalungu nolupwa abamwe babungishi babapalemeko kubasamba komumulopa kwa Yesu Kristo every day mwe bapepera mwe mulopa kwa Yesu Kristo basambe twali pusanga kupepa bapente bakatolika ba 70 day bachishira bachishi akupepeni fo mpepa na mwe bapepa kwa mapepo ya mulopa kwa Yesu Kristo na mwe bene akupepeni fo fini takwa afi mkwa inatotela sana.
She's urging everyone to pray. She says there's something funny happening. These things they are hearing. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Oh, we lost that caller. Ladies, maybe let me invite you as we are waiting for more calls just to make comments. You can make comments on either of the matters that have risen.
Okay. With regards to the situation in Zambia, what I would just like to say is President Hakainde Hichilema must just listen to the voices of the people. President Hakainde Hichilema was a very good listener before he became a president. And now he has, closed his ears. We use social media to reach out to the voices of people, even in the deep diolis. Now we have even TikTok, where somebody from Shangobu is even on TikTok. So if you ignore our voices, you are setting yourself up for failure. The situation, has actually broken a lot of women. I have a mother in Zambia. I love her so much. I think one day, please, Emmanuel Mwamba, bring her on the platform. She's a spiritual leader, Nelly Chikwanda. She wrote a long article, and she said, for how long will the widow be mourning? Can we do this better? We have traditional leaders in Zambia who are silent. President Hakainde Hichilema has not even gone to a lot of events because of the same thing. He says he cannot travel out because he is in mourning. But we have received information, it is alleged that he travels every day from Lusaka to Livingstone. Every day he makes those trips using taxpayers' money. Put your house in order, sir. The Zambian people, once they decide, there's no going back. It will be too late for you with all the promises. It was so prideful to have somebody who studied in the UK, he's an economist, he's going to revive the economy. And then we've seen Bloomberg post, on their page, I don't even know whether it's a connection thing to say Zambia's economy is thriving, and yet our inboxes of our pages are full of requests. People have no medication. People have no money. And then you're spending the resources of our government, taxpayers' money, to fight over the body. The best step you should have taken is to carry your wife. Remove your jackets of leadership. Show the Zambian people that you can do it. You would have gone to South Africa with cameras there. Show people that you are a good leader by taking flowers to the widow. Let your wife hug her, Mama Esther Lungu, and talk, even without cameras. But you have gone, the route is straight. But HH has gone zigzag. It's still going round and round and round and round. The only person who matters now is Mama Esther Lungu. If President Hakainde Hichilema had listened to my advice from the beginning, we would have buried our president by now. But he has wrong advisors that tell him, no, you cannot do that. Don't listen to this. He called us noisemakers. We are noisemakers. They are tick-tock, making noise. President Hakainde Hichilema, you don't know how women are. Huma market, they're discussing these things. Message now here, the whole Zambia. Even Kumushi, where people have no even transport, they know this issue. Ni chani chamene chirengesa kuti muzulwira pamubiri. Mudonsererana. This is spiritual. Very spiritual. Like I always say that life is spiritual. We cannot ignore the spirituality aspect of this matter. Is there a certain condition that President Hakainde Hichilema has been given to say if you don't have access to the body, something will happen to you, or you will not win elections? We need to know, because we've seen articles stating that there's even a deadline of 5th September. Tell us. Maybe we'll help you spiritually by praying for you.
Yes, everyone is talking about that 6th September. I don't know what that 6th September is. Queen Phumie, there are a lot of callers, but make your quick remarks and we invite callers. Thank you, Lily.
Thank you, Honorable. So I just want to ask, what is at stake? The desperation to see the body. Question number one, what is at stake? And then other thing I want to bring to the attention to our viewers and audience is that Balanyanta Pantambo pa Facebook. So since Balanyanta Pantambo nde mona papadife 79 shares, let's just share. Like it's very hard. Some of you page and Mwari Rufia. Even I had to struggle Kusanga page yaba Mwamba. So today share. We have had over 1,000 people watching. Imagine if we have 1,000 shares. Muma WhatsApp group. We need this information to get out. We have to call a spade a spade. And all I can say with this UPND government, the lies are catching up on them. Diaspora is the 11th province of Zambia, and at this time, it is the most powerful province in terms of giving checks and balances because of the cyber bill. We are cyber proof, and any threats against us will not shut us down. Zambia, you have to wake up to what the previous caller said, that we need to pray. And I'm going to emphasize, because the President Hakainde Hichilema bali kwata inkazi tahi matusi yetugani bala zumanana bali zumanide for 20 years gaba zumanana until he managed to get in power after 20 years in opposition. Hichiliro, believe me, bayago zumanana mpaka fye. So and this way to zumanana upaila and refusing and returning to sender whatever their wish, we should counter it and send it back. Because we know what we are dealing with. This is a man of resilience who never gave up. So he is ready. And to Mama Esther Lungu, keep standing. We are fighting a giant who has money, power, and corruption, but we have something bigger than what they have. We have God is on our side. God is on your side, and he has promised that whoever oppresses a widow, they have it coming. And then the last point I want to talk about is traditionally, there are things if you are lechitika, umunamayo ngafirwa nokusambata kwali. So bamutinta Hichilema imwe ingirire ni mofye. Okay, kuja ku South Africa tatuishi befire chitika. No mbanga chako bati family ya balungu yako sati yokwe bati tamwaka sambe paka tukashike balungu. How is balungu Madam Esther Lungu surviving? Muchingirire mofye. Bamutinta. Mwali upana imwe fika michitikira. As a woman, you have the power to talk to your husband. Bali mu Bible, God created man, and then a helper. You are a helper of Hakainde. If we can't get through, if the world cannot get through to Hakainde, you as a woman, your God has given you the power. So we pray for Madam Hakainde. to have the courage to talk to her husband. Because some of these things, let her put herself in the shoes of Mama Esther Lungu. Imagine tausamba paka mukashiki. We can't say a lot of things here. But now we have to call a spade because some of you think Kima kande abanana tu baby. Zeza haramasicham. Mwaru swabisa. Muna utwanga ni kuba tumwa utwa. Otherwise murubule lele seskaeza halabasika babo na mubidi wale. We need to know. Twenegera kuhiba hiya ujitiga nata tabaja nige kuya kumaliro. But tuambile hiya ujitiga. So that maybe we can do a recourse. A recourse. Kambo inomaga ni abija. Bamba indefinite suspension. But September 5th year is approaching. I end here, Mwamba.
Let's take the cause. Thank you, Queen Phumie. Let's take the cause. Let's take the cause. And someone said you should speak Lozi and Tonga, and you've done very well. You've spoken both languages. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Is that me?
Yes, please. You are online.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening, my ladies and everything. I've just got 3 points. I've got 3 points. One will be complimentary, one will be my observation, and the last one will be a question, but I'll be very quick. You can hear me, Ambassador?
Yes, we can. We can. You are live.
Yes. Ambassador, me, I'm Kafuimbi, your colleague. My first complimentary thing is I'm glad the way you are looking today. You are very happy. I know in Mutsungu Valanda you can't be surrounded by two, but with those two forces behind you, with the beauty, I don't know how you're not flying out of that chair, because so that's my compliment, to be
Thank
surrounded.
you very much. They have to be regulars. They have to come. Maybe we'll be doing it every Monday. Women, there's a power they bring to everything we do. We should involve women. So they'll probably be my co-host every Monday.
Yeah. And you are speaking with a smile today because you feel surrounded by the power, the force, those beauties around you. So now I'll get to my point too, my observation. My observation is I'll digress a little bit and go into Zambia. Mwamba, when we were doing our school in the 70s and all that, there's something that you have all spoken about it today. When we were doing our school, Nangukula Jacaranda and everything, and there's a church there. You had to stop playing football. Everyone stood still. It was a natural thing, to pay the respects of what. Now, when we look at the generation, Muchalo. Of course, every country, I'm not going to say Niku Zambia, every country, it has slowly degenerated from then until now. But the level of degeneration number, here is Africa. I was looking at a fire truck going into Mississippi, right in Senevade to Kana and everything. And installation, if we have noticed, I'm not being biased against the president. From the time the president started his shouting, Naram Stovi, whatever, see whatever, me, I don't use such words. If you notice the level of insults, quite a number, and everyone, Amale Tukana, Muchalo. Because and that's why UPND can freely insult. In fact, okay, PF Charisma tags and everything, but number of UPND, instantly. But they want to arrest people for instead, So, I'm looking at the problem that he has caused as the father who's leading. Is there a way he can rectify it or something? Is there a way maybe the wife or the force of a woman can help him rectify it? Because my president body on TV, and I'm not saying it's there on record. Anyway, But that's my observation. He says that's why we've got this problem of ukutukana, akatumbi, and what people are not scared anymore because it started from him.
From the father himself.
And then
thank you very much, Wakafwimbi. Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution, my dear brother. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello.
Yes, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
Can I also be anonymous today from the land of the AI also?
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Right. You know, Ambassador Mwamba, today it's nice to see the two ladies on on the program today. I'm happy to see Lillian Mutambo because I used to watch Lillian Mutambo as a great supporter of Mr. Lacuna. And many a times I would shed tears and I would just shake my head, you know. But I would pass comments most of the time. I said, support taka chinje. You know, there are people who are actually born like that. Umuntu wakwata ichifukushi from the time he was young. Katuishi what somebody ever did to him. You know, that adkwatafe ichifukushi na bantu awaleteka. You know, he's full of anger. And I think the sooner he addresses his anger issues on the Zambian people, the better. You know, if he should just give a bit of love, let love lead in him, and let him learn to listen to the people with patience. Those people are the ones who got up early in the morning 4 years ago, you know, surviving the harsh weather to go and give him a vote. But he has real anger issues. You know, when you talk about, I heard Lillian say he never listens to his advisor. No, he is Mushewa. And when I say, be careful the organizations you decide to join without doing your due diligence of what is involved, because you find yourself trapped in this organization with no way out but to continue. Otherwise, why next? You know? So if only he can allow love to lead and listen to the Zambian people's cries, I think one day he may be a good leader.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you very much.
Said that,
yeah, let me allow a few calls so that we can allow the ladies to wind up.
My name is Anik Matipa.
Oh, Anik Matipa. Okay, yes. Okay. Anik Matipa is a regular caller, ladies. Remember, this is a person who's, when she lost her father, the President Hakainde Hichilema, working from Grand Thornton, locked the house. You remember that story? This is Anik Matipa. Thank you very much, Anik. I didn't even recognize your voice. Thank you very much.
So I commend the ladies. Continue doing what you are doing. Some of us, we were one of those who were talking. But you know, sometimes you have to heed to certain advice, and we heeded to that advice. Otherwise, I commend the job that they are doing. A big up to the ladies. Good night.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anik Matipa. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Mwamba and the ladies, Queen Phumie and Lillian. This is Robert. What a powerful session today, ladies and Mwamba. You've done very well to give Zambians the reality of the type of leadership what we have in our country. And what we need to do now is to encourage everyone to register to vote. And 2026 is not a normal election. This is Independence 2.0. We have to go with everything that we've got It's going to be harder. There's going to be people betraying the country, but we have to make sure that we expose everything that's happening in our country. You cannot have a president that always plays the victim. You know, like whatever you see, he never puts the Zambians people in everything that he does. If you look like the conversation you had with the mines, Hakainde ruled our country for 27 years. If you're not too mine, but Nomba, I'm a politician just within a short period of time, and everything. Our country has been taken to a very dark place. And if any Zambian does not realize the danger that our country is in, and we have to use everything, and above all, we have to pray so that God can liberate our country and we get our independence back from Hakainde, Hichilema, and all those people that are lying to the Zambians that our economy is growing, because our people are suffering and we need to speak for them and get our country back. We need our independence back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robam. Thank you very much, Robam from the United Kingdom. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, Dr. Eustace Wabble from Manchester. Fairly regular, becoming a regular caller.
Thank you, Doctor, for your support. Thank you very much.
No worries. Yeah, you've got a powerful team today, actually. I followed Queen Phumie, I think she remembers me, and to some extent, the lady in the UK with us here. Even when in the points you got to which they call impress upon, if you look at South Africa, I think it's getting into the third month. Now, but to give up, load shedding, economy, and the things that matter to the people, now but to give up, now I feel. So no ama energy South Africa kushinangu fimo. I'm sure upon a pen up my wakabantu, balo the shapo, vai shokta vote, ugulingana the fafine, what they are seeing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador.
Good evening.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Make your contribution.
I would love to be anonymous, but sometimes when we're anonymous, the message we're trying to echo doesn't carry weight. My name is Michael Mulusa. I'm calling from Lusaka. And first of all, I just want to congratulate our mothers on the panel, Queen Phumie and Queen Lillian Mutambo. I think they have risen at a time when Zambia critically needs a voice. And very strangely, the Lord uses women. And this reminds me of a time in the Bible, in the book of Judges, where the Lord is Deborah. To congratulate and encourage our mothers on the panel, and also Zambia and leaders, when a time of reckoning comes, we need to recognize such heroes who stood up at a strict time like this. And my last message is to the president and the government. In life, in order for you to perform exceptionally well, you need a certain level of competition. There is something competition does to a man that helps it even perform better. You know, even God, we see the goodness of God, but the appearance of the devil. If the devil was not there, we wouldn't see how great God is. Even light is very good only when darkness comes in. So I think the government should reconsider the way they handle opposition, because critical voices help them in performance. In my conclusion, I was at of the memorial of late President Levi Mwanawasa, where the president was, and Dr. Sebastian Koplande made a very powerful speech, and realized that Levi Mwanawasa, very successful, is that he had a very strong opponent. And when he saw that his opponent was critically ill, he realized that he needed to save his opponent. So I think in a time like this, the bad performance that we have in our leadership is also attributed to the destroying of democracy. I thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you, Mr. Mulusa. He says he will not hide his name. He to go with the risk, and he's talked about a strong team around the president, and he says there's none, and he echoes the views of President Levi Patrick Mwanawas, Sebastian Copeland, who said the late president believed in strong opposition. Even when Michael Sata fell ill, it was the president that evacuated him, despite being his fiercest critic and opponent. I thought that was quite powerful. Ladies, I'll need to excuse you. The phone calls are so many. Ngana mikalika sana limbingana saipsha mailo next mandate weleni mukaka no kuisa. So I have to be very gracious and to allow you to, go and attend to other matters, and it's late for you, Lily, and it's just morning for Queen Phumie. You both have a lot of duties to attend to, your business, your families, and your God. Let's begin to answer what the callers have been saying and then begin to make your last remark. I think that we should have a panel where we're all collaborating and come to each other's platforms for the sake of, promoting a singular voice on many issues. We should be strong in our areas, but we should also collaborate. And I don't take it for granted that you ladies found so much time to come on my platform today. If we can make it a regular, maybe every Monday, we review what has happened in the week and we give our viewers and we interact with our people. Queen Phumie, let me start with you, then Lily, then we end the program.
Thank you, Honorable. I totally agree with you 100%. I feel we should be here as need arisers because there's a lot of disinformation. So we need to come live and just collaborate because we are stronger together. So if you remember in 2021, we had the main platform TV Bakwetu. And, we all have our independent platforms, but the space, the prime time is only one. So if we can collaborate, if we all need to be here, something burning, something has come up, then let's find time to coordinate and just work together as need arises. Because at the end of it all, it's all about Zambia. And then in closing, I just like to thank all the callers for your encouraging words of support. This is what has kept me going for 4 years. Believe me, I have reached a point where I'm done with politics. Then, there will be that call from somebody I don't even know, just encouraging me. You are the voice, keep going, keep going. So 4 years later, we are still here, and it has snowballed into a movement of unity for Zambia to remove the UPND government. I believe in Ubuntu, and I believe in taking all Zambians out of poverty. I believe in equal distribution of wealth. And I believe as Zambians, if we all are just hold hands, each and every Zambian, we can have we all be millionaires in US dollars if there is equal distribution of wealth. Already the money that has left the country through the fake reports and whatnot could have made us have at least $1 million in our bank accounts, all of us Zambians. We are only 21 million. So we need a government to embrace every Zambian and think that every Zambian deserves the quality of life, because like our name, the name of our country, Zambia, is named after God. Zambia is known as the heart of Africa. Zambia is literally a paradise in waiting. So it pains my heart for someone who has been in diaspora and who has traveled, exposed to see countries who have literally nothing, but they find ways to make sure every citizen in their country has running water, they have electricity. But Zambia, with all that we have, we are exporting power at the expense of our people. We are exporting millimil at the expense of our people. After 60 years of independence, our children go to school without shoes. And it's time for Zambians to unite and focus on the mother in Shangombo, in Mwense, in Kaputa. This is the people we want to bring out of poverty. It's not about UPND or PF being in power. It's about the 21 million Zambians who deserve a dignified life. Lastly, the funeral is what we are here for. Now, these people, they're insisting they want to give ECL a dignified burial. There is no honor or dignity in that leaked audio that we heard, or people celebrating when we had that premature celebration of the ruling. I don't even want to say the words that were used to celebrate the repatriation of the body. Where is the honor and the dignity? The president, the current president, never recognized ECL in life as a president. So how can you stand boldly for 2 months and not do anything, saying you are mourning when he was alive, you didn't celebrate somebody? We go to the many songs that have been sung. Is somebody on for? Where is the honor in trying to honor a dead person when you denied him health care? When you fired people who let him get on the plane? You stopped him from going to church. You took away his medical benefits. Let us turn back to God. People like Bakaveshi, you will go to jail. I'm telling you, these are crimes against humanity. And these crimes you are committing, they are against Madam Esther Lungu, because our ECO is dead. So you are violating the fundamental human rights of a widow to bury her husband with honor and respect. And it has nothing to do with ECL because he is gone. The victim here is the family, specifically the widow. So, since Hakainde cannot listen, but we know he is the mastermind of this because he's the commander-in-chief. Or the team that is on standby could have South Africa. The last letter we saw on Friday from VFV attorneys saying that their client has got a team on standby to inspect and view the body. How dare you? Inspect and view the body? We need to know. You need to publish the list of the professionals to inspect that body and identify it. Because anyone who has to view a dead body must be a professional. Morticians, pathologists, medical doctors, people who are trained to do with matters of remains. You will not handpick people from God knows where and say you have a team. We as Zambians demand to see the list of the professionals, even the court the Constitutional Court in South Africa. They need to see this list of these people who want to inspect and view the body. They need to publish it and attach it to that letter. Otherwise, atwa suminishe mukabuli abantu botatwa ishiba with no medical credentials or licensing in pathology to go and inspect that. For shame. I end here. But we will continue to talk and talk until God says no. And for all of you who are saying we are paid Ichola, I wish I was paid Ichola. My only Ichola that I'm paid is from God. I was appointed by God to talk, and the day that God removes me, sees it fit that I stop talking, I will stop talking. Such as I call upon every well-meaning Zambian to speak against these injustices, because we shall not fear any man. We shall fear God, but we shall respect every man. May God bless Zambia, and thank you, Honorable Mwamba, for your work that you're doing in bringing issues that affect Zambians without fear or favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen Phumie. Let me bring in, I don't take it for granted, and like I stated that we might have maybe a regular feature, maybe once a week, where we review the issues happening in our country or where there's an emergence. And I hope that when we call upon you, you will, to the great, sacrifice for our country, you come to the platform. Thank you very much, Queen Phumie. Madam Mutambo, give us any answer to the issues that they called, and give us your closing remarks.
I just want to sing this song 1 second. Azayanka Hakainde, Azayanka, Azayanka Hakainde, Azayanka, Nizatuma selula kwa mulungu Azayanka. This is the song that we're singing, hoping that President Hakainde Hichilema will answer the call of God of leadership. But he has failed. President Hakainde Hichilema has been doing job in training. And as Zambians in the diaspora, women, we are disappointed with his kind of leadership. Mama Matipako to say, maybe he will change eventually. We cannot be doing job in training. He should be retired next year on the 13th of August, 2026. We cannot have a leader who has brought us to this kind of mediocrity, disrespect, where women are seen as trash, and men from UPND use their platform to talk negatively about women, about our children, using sexual utterances, discrimination, insults. And you expect me, Lillian Mutambo, to campaign for you, to say you deserve another chance. You don't deserve any chance. Our mothers are hungry in Zambia. Women are giving birth on floors. There is no proper medical supplies. And Michael Gonzalez, the ambassador of America, we now call him Captain America, exposed the corruption in the medical field, Ministry of Health. Not fired anybody who is involved in corruption practices. And definitely with what is happening in the SEC, that so many people have resigned, they don't want to be part of the investigations that will take place next year. President Hakainde Hichilema has divided our country. Today we have news that the ECZ chair, Madam Mangala Zalomes, the daughter, Maria Zalome, murdered somebody. We want to know if this government is going to ensure that Maria's that video will be brought to book. UPND has been above the law. And that is why you see members disrespecting us that speak for the Zambian people. They say we're nobodies. The Zambian people. We are united in one voice. It is done. We are going to use the SATA formula. Continue following us on the platform. And we will recommend the leader that we'll go with. To tell PND that any plan you have against any person, we will report you to the International Criminal Court. You will not deprive the Zambians of their rights to vote for the person that they need to put in. President Hakainde Hichilema, you were humble when you wanted to be in leadership. You have refused to leave your house. You run Zambia from your bedroom. Make decisions at midnight in your house. We have the story of Faith Musonda, who found herself at your house at 02 or whatever time. Expect us to continue to support you. You don't listen to what the Zambia people are saying. Since you've decided not to leave We too were telling you to stay away from the body of ECL and the funeral. But we're here to assure the Zambians that regardless of what anyone says, eyes on the ball. We are not stopping because it is our right to speak. I was shocked to receive threats. Tell Zambia, I will be arrested. I'm here to tell you that I used to speak about the Patriotic Front consistently. I would even share my location. I would go to campaigns. I have never been attacked at all. But UPND have seen me as an enemy. All sorts of nonsense on social media to derail us from the work we are doing. Even, prophecies have come out to say they're even planning to go to shrines. For those of us with us in prayer, it is not an easy task. We've received phone calls from all over telling us to stop. We have not stopped because we are fighting for the legacy of our country, Zambia, the future. This is our legacy. The women rose and spoke. And when they spoke, the Zambians listened. Never ever underestimate your power of voting. Bakesa, neftenge, pokeni. Bakesa, nendalama, spendeni. Nimpia shienu. Patumwikaba pela vote. Pakufuatika. Ufuatika pali umbi umuntu. We are voting anybody but Hakainde. Olonincho nkonono tukavote la po. Please, my Zambian people, tumfuireni. Tuwaliwamba pana wa UPND tuwalibafwa. Tatuleisa pano panchende, ukuli langshat pan turefa ench to take. We're not even interested in jobs. We just want a better Zambia. Lesa alitupa kumaskulu mu UK. Abana bambina bakula bali kuma university. We also want you to tap into those. Never give up. We continue for our mother Zambia. Takwa wafi omuntu ngala teke chalo so. Kwati kutuanga, kwati for our baby. Job on training. Tusuminishe. Bachaya fe, piki na piki doli wa saleo balefwaya, lelo tuwalaka kishoi. Mala tuwalaka kishoi. Chalo ja shani ukutumuno obe, umuntu aleka kishapeba nanko wonse. Awe tuwaka naifwe. We reject Hakainde Hichilema. Zambia. And if you make a mistake to give him a second chance, you will suffer. Ngamulefu ya ukonka nyapoku chula. Muli 4 years fie. Mwana ni fia chitika. Niwa angaba fuide. Pana wakwi bada. Niwa angaba fuide. Apatulela anda wakambuidi balwele. Paheche chichabale mfano oluse. Muntu wa shanu usha kwa to oluse. Aba nankwe bale fuafie. Muchala chaba Hakainde. Ili bale teka. Aida wayaku jere. Olo wafwa. Umutima waso wabipisha. Tuwakana fwebena Zambia. President Hakainde Hichilema does not deserve any chance in 2026. Don't even think Allah changer. He will never change. He came to revenge. Takwata no mtimo wa chikuku. Bakambwili ba losing ama brothers babili. Mu accident. Abatu wala futu kulusaka. After baba kaka ku kasama. Aba bwesha. Aba ingisha futu mu chifungo. Atina bakwata court case pa 18. Bayandika chagwa lungu bali kweto mtimo usuma. Pantu nga bali kweto mtimo ubi. Nga bali lengesha Hakainde Hichilema. Kakwata po chance ya kwiminina. By kumupela criminal record, but he never did that. And for that, we'll protect the legacy of Edgar Chagwalungu. You are busy commissioning things that ECL worked hard for. You are not even ashamed of your failures. So to Atotela Mwamba for hosting us, we are grateful. Abana balet fire pamulu. And I just want to say thank you so much. We'll continue speaking and just remind people that 2026, we're not using ECL as a reason to vote HH out. We have looked at the many things that he has failed. To take the whole day. That's why I TikTok to land. Even 6 hours to the land. Imitima shireka nipa. Abantu besu bale chula. Chale pela ma minerals. Kuba sungu. Abena Zambia. Bale bepa ya kumumfumu. Elo ba wese bemi nine wese balandati. Only few people. Elo ba dikwete mfuti. Ba stay in your home. Leave the Zambian presidents. Kachemeni ngombe. Muafirwa. Umutima wabi pisha.
Wonderful, wonderful ladies. Thank you very much. Please spare some time. I think Monday will be suitable because it's easier to reflect in the week and start the week that way. So thank you for the opportunity and thank you for speaking to Zambians through this platform and to all our leaders that were watching. And I saw many of them were watching you ladies and they've given you support. Some have sent private messages. And then to the larger Zambians that were calling in and those that I have failed to take the many calls, but I think the few that we allowed gave you a picture of what the country is. So God bless you. I'll leave you with these various. Thank you. Litmez Shangwe will speak to you later. God bless you.
You're arguing that really this must happen. Maybe that's why
it's assumptions. Even the court was asking them, presiding. The court was asking. Their lawyer couldn't explain. Presiding. You yourselves, in your written notes, you were saying Bishop Arik Banda should preside. So why are you now saying the president will preside? You yourselves. So what is presiding? They couldn't explain what presiding is.
From what we see, what we read, they are handling the funeral in a manner African funerals must be handled, to respect the dead, to bury them with dignity. President Buhari died in London. He was brought home. We too have shown that example by burying all the 5 before the 6th president, near here. I think it's just behind, isn't it? Near here, all the 5. So we've established a tradition, protocols in line with the African culture. So we must continue with that culture, no matter what challenges, what difficulties there are. And I can't say that we've continued engaging the family quietly. Neighbor should confirm that. We've continued engaging the family quietly, because that's what it should be. And we do hope that consensus will be reached. And I want to ask Zambians, first, thank you for your patience. And secondly, to ask you to retain that patience.
He was not just a citizen. He was a head of state. And if somebody says there were issues, yes, there are always issues. But in death, we converge to honor the dead, to bury them decently for the president with all the honors, military honors. After the burial.
How can you allow somebody who has murdered your son or your daughter and you are still mourning to come and attend the funeral and we went to speak at the funeral?
But how good your son
was. And you know about it, you say, wait a minute, what's happening? And I think I can just say the whole thing. I summed it up when I spoke to one guy. I said, because how can you, Ambassador, a Catholic, be remembered in a Jehovah's Witness hall?
Yeah.
In the 10th anniversary, or how do you get
to be dishonored?
How do you get remembered in a SDA church when everyone knows that you're Catholic and so on? And the state insists the party, friends and all. So I only lamented that why should you be stripping me of these things and then pushing me and saying, no, we want to protect you. No, you see, demeaning of the president to be seen, to be going without this or that. I said, I don't need you. You don't need me. So I was very clear. I've not complained at all. The time that I've complained is when I've been harassed. I said, you've stripped me of everything, but leave my liberty, my dignity, and my rights. That's what I'm saying even now. You see, 1 minute I walk the street, somebody says you can't walk the street because you're former president, you are in danger of being attacked and people might attack you and will be blamed as police. That's why we're following you. The next minute I said, but you mean you didn't know that I was former president when you stripped me of these things? Please, go and put your house in order. The next minute I want to go to church, somebody goes into church and says,
bayebi amitapendwa ya vintu ifisume vyote bula kwibukisha kana depotimo wimbo watemenwa katongi abazunga batita katongi nagula kwibukisha kateka kaibukubuna kapona neseko syove pamenso yangwama umebaya iyaba ume iyaba ume
kateka wabantu twakulira lelo twakulira shikakukonke milimo shove
Sile eti kume mokulo ndolola vale lilo mwingi
iseko wingi mwakwete iseko wingi mwakwete mwaya mwende wino tata wesu
katushi muchimo kege mwali bomba kale nomba mwatuja tulelilake Ukula bebyo watito bwingi Ibisebo wapagiri obwingi Ukuchinjo lusako kumoneko busaka Mama Kutituwa na basiyani Chagwa katuse